Colombia, ayúdame. ¿Dónde están los dominicanos? In the right room. In the right room. I'm so happy to be here, representing Eyewitness News and ABC7 as we join forces with the National Dominican Day Parade to highlight the mission of mentoring and financially supporting talented Dominican students. What a beautiful singer we just had up just a moment there. There's so much talent in this room. I'd like to get an idea of who's in the room. Raise your hand if you want to pursue a career if you're a student in music. Raise your hand if you're looking to go in healthcare. Raise your hand if you're looking to go into law, legal. Raise your hand if you're looking to get into journalism, a reporter. Mary Lou Gala's right here, talk to her. She's our vice president, all the journalists talk to her. But that's just to give you an idea of all the talent that's here. The future is so bright, and I'm so excited, especially because this is, among other things, pride, culture, but it's also about the students. Yo soy puertorriqueño, por ahí tú sabes, somos uno, ¿okay? Somos dominicanos. Viva la raza. It's all one, we're all together, and it's very important. The mission of the National Dominican Day Parade is to present its culture and highlight professionals and role models who are making the Dominican community proud. By the way, felicidades to the Honorees who will be celebrated later at this wonderful gala. I'm sorry that I have to run back at 11 o'clock to get to the 11 o'clock news, but to all of you who are being honored tonight, it's a wonderful thing, and I want to congratulate you. But ahora, this is about the students, right? Am I right or wrong? You know what I want to do? Let me do a quick selfie with this side of the room. So if I do the news tonight, I'll try to get this in the news. And then I'll do this side of the room. So I'm going to do, yeah, good luck, okay? You're looking good. You're representing them. This time you're good, but you can work a little. By the way, I've had a chance to read some of the students' bios, a little bit about them, and it's clear. All the students here, and I'm looking at the faces now, putting a face to the names that I've been reading about. High achievers, people who give back to the community. Just Wednesday, in fact, they were telling me the staff of the Dominican Day Parade passed out 5,000 pounds of food donated by Goya. Among them helping two of our students, Willie Munoz. Are you here, Willie? Willie? Okay, I'm going to mention him anyway. And Berla, right? Berla de Jesus, so was she just up here? Yeah, it's you. It's going to be a big night for you.
Thank you.
Others like Alexandra Sepulveda, traveled from Florida, right? Is she here? ¿Dónde está? Oh, sure, she left, okay. She's too busy. And then also Azul Laragüen, he came from Massachusetts to participate. I read my notes. So this is the point, that it's the giving and it's dedication to the community that makes a difference, and why such a thing like this is so important. By the way, can we give everybody who volunteers applause for them now? Let's get to this year's scholarship winners. But first, there's a little bit of setup, if you're not familiar how this came together. The scholarship application requires two compositions. They're very important to the selection of the scholarship winners. And I'll read several quotes with the name of the authors that are attached to them. And if you're present, if I name you, please feel free to stand and be recognized. So basically, what we're talking about here is, what they had to say about the Dominican Day, okay? So we'll start with Maria Torres. Maria, are you here?
Yes.
Is that Maria's name? Dominican Day is having resilience, tenacity, and the camaraderie of uplifting your community. I see these values displayed in people like my mother and my community around me, as they are constantly uplifting and encouraging greatness while being authentic. I love that, Maria. Beautiful. Paula Zayas Basan, are you here? I'm going to read it if you're not anyway. Dominican Day is honoring the motto, Dios, Patria, Libertad, God, Home, and Liberty, printed in our flag seal, staying loyal to our culture, moral values, hospitality, religious beliefs, and love to our nation. Ashley Santana, please stand up if you're here. Becoming a Dominican citizen meant much more to me than one can imagine. I'm blessed to have such a rich culture, a beautiful island with cultivating scenery, and a family that loves me unconditionally. Wherever. Analia Mercado, I find myself in a time of reflection and immense gratitude from simply being granted the chance to see another day. And nonetheless, this experience woke me, and I realized that I should thank God for his continuous blessings. Alexandra Sepulveda. She's here. I know she's here somewhere. At any rate, she wrote, Dominicanidad is being able to voice out that I came from a country of luchadores and luchadoras. Luan Tavares, are you here? Luan. Dominicanidad. There we go. In the back of the room. Dominicanidad is waking up to the alarm of a gallo singing early in the morning. Dominicanidad is the soft noise of my grandfather's motorcycle starting. Dominicanidad is the boiling sand against my pale feet, awaiting to be refreshed by the salty sea water. Thank you for taking us to the island. I enjoyed that trip. Rachel Colon, my mother, there she goes. My mother's my best friend, who has struggled immensely, but never complained. Through her and all of the women in my family, I have learned how to work hard to meet all of my goals because nothing in life is handed to you. Yeah. That's right. Destiny Fernandez. Up front. Being Dominican is not a title you earn with time. It is a privilege you were born with. That is why the first word that appears when I think about being Dominican is pride. Beautifully said. Brianna Tejada. There we are, Brianna. I felt as if I wasn't Dominican with all the disconnect. I am Dominican because of my curly hair. I am Dominican because of my personality. I am Dominican because of my mom and grandparents. I am Dominican because it runs through my veins, no matter if I believe it or not. We believe it. Angelique Dishman, what does Dominicanidad mean to you? To me, it's, I like this one. To me, it's mango, tostones, arroz con habichuela con dulce. That could have been ugly. I could have been eating one and telling a story. It's Anthony Santos, Johnny Ventura, it's all this and more, and every time I go back to visit, I always feel at home and free. How about that? Christina Cruz Jimenez. My Dominican is not just the blood that I have running through my veins, but the pride that I have from my family roots, my culture, and my Dominican customs. Willie Munoz, life is all about living and learning. Education is part of life. Education is a universal process of providing and receiving knowledge, skills, values, morals, beliefs. Education not only facilitates learning, but also enriches the quality of life of a person as they educate themselves. Jasmine Capellan. Reducing financial stress, talking about the scholarships now, allows me to devote more energy towards my research projects in healthcare, equity, helping provide adequate advising for underrepresented medical students, applying to residency, and working towards developing a pathway program for underrepresented high school students. Beautiful. And again, the message of volunteer, helping our community, being there. Sierra Guzman. That is where I realized the true definition of Dominicanidad is the people. People who struggle, but can always find a reason for laughter and chatter. They're always willing to help others, and no matter the distance, always remain loyal and loving to family and friends. Carlos Gonzalez Sierra. As I prepare to travel, where are you, Carlos? There we go. I almost want you to give like a, I don't want you to get lost in all of this, you know? Carlos says, I prepared to travel to the Dominican Republic for the first time in 20 years. I no longer consider myself ni de aquí, ni de allá. Rather, I can confidently assert que soy de aquí y también de allá. I relate to that. I'm a Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? That's exactly what we're talking about. Crystal Ramos. Make noise, Crystal, if you're here. We're going to read Christmas anyway. Well, 12-year-old me was determined to name every organ in a tiny dissected frog. I now aspire to return to the DR upon completion of my medical education to build clinics for those who need it most and receive quality care free of cost. You pick good ones. Yes. Patricia Parte, as a screenwriter, my son is in the film business. Okay. He's worked on the West Side Story movie. We got to stick together. As a screenwriter, I write stories that amplify Dominican voices. I want to bring my culture into every home in the world, celebrating the beauty that our culture has to offer and the important lessons that we have to share. We need more diversity in the film industry. Thank you. Good to hear. Make noise if it's there she is. Woo! That's nothing. I don't know if it's nice. Even if I might not be physically on the island, I will always be connected to my home country through memories, people, friendships, and more. Your pastor. I thought she was here. Being Dominican is truly my greatest gift. I'll work hard to continue to share it with the world while doing my part to also acknowledge the negative parts of our history and striving towards the overall betterment of diaspora through education and healing. Finally, Torres de Jesus. I know you're here. You're just saying. Thank you. I could never imagine having been born in another country that would have not been that beautiful island of mine. I would never trade my Dominicanidad for anything in the world. Beautiful. So, congratulations to these winners. Due to the pandemic, by the way, 26 scholars were not able to be recognized in a live ceremony last year, right? Yes. So, but we got you back tonight. We got you back. Not all of them could make it tonight, but some were able to join us. Es un placer to introduce you to the winners of the 2019-20 scholarship recipients of the National Dominican Day Parade. And if you're present, please stand to be recognized. You've only been waiting a year for this honor. So the first one, Azul Larequén, Syracuse University. Genesis Gomez, Haynes College. Jesse Lopez Pereira, William Patterson University. Amadeo Aristia, University of Connecticut. Arlen Arias, Boston College. Mariah Ramirez, CCNY. And Danielle Ramirez, Stony Brook class. Could all the scholars of the National Dominican Day Parade Organization scholarship winners please stand up? All of them. Big round of applause for our talented students. Siga avanzando and making us proud. Now I have to head back for Channel 7 to do the 11 o'clock. But we're trying to put something on the 11 o'clock news tonight. Tell your family, friends, everybody. I'm going to try and get you in the shots if I can. It really is important. But most important is the story and the message. And I want to remind everybody that we will be streaming the parade live on ABC7 come this Sunday at noon. That's it. Okay?
Been the same students if we would have read it, right? It's David with his flair. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. Stick around. We actually, our chair should be arriving anytime soon, and probably we will have an opportunity for her to say hello and take some pictures. We have a couple of minutes, and you did wonderfully. Just like a professional. It was like dun 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 dun. And Alejandra actually flew in just for this, and I think she sort of misread that there was a startup of 6:15. She just wrote to me, and I thought it was she had been here. But listen, we again are dedicated, and I do want to call our board of directors. We have Wilton Cedeno, who's the immediate past chair prior to Christina, and continues to work very, very much here. So please, Wilton, come here. And we also want to call Ivan Dominguez. Ivan Dominguez is the second vice president, and he handles, I don't want to say how many years, decades of everything culture in our community. And we also have Maria Osorio, dear friend, and she is our secretary, board secretary. And I believe that we have new members. Revisel, where are you? Manny, please join us up here so we can take some pictures. Gregoria? Yes, it's Diana. She just arrived. Diana's here. Okay, Diana as well. Diana, please join us for some pictures. I don't think that I missed anyone. And I also want to make sure that we have our honorees. Honorees, please join us as well. I think we have a few of the honorees. You have your sashes. Join us, please. We want to take some pictures with you. David, we're going to, 1 second, get everybody together with a picture with you. Everyone with your sashes, please. How are you? Congratulations. Encantada de verte. All the students, please gather around right here. Let's make a beautiful group. Let's get a nice picture of all these Dominicanos, okay? All right. Let's make sure that we join together. Be socially distant. Thank you, David. Thank you very, very much. What happened, young ladies? What happened? You came late to the party? One more shot with David. One more shot. Here's the way this goes. At 8 o'clock, music down, please. Music down, thank you. Music down, we're going to hear a lot of that tonight. All right, so here's the way this works. Several of you have tickets to go in. And dancing and a lot of joy. Their guests have to pay $275. It is not a payment, it is a donation towards the scholarship fund. We talked about that. Our honorees were invited, and the honorees were invited complimentary, and they were invited with a guest. And those guests obviously are here to enjoy the evening. There is an opportunity for you to give at all hours. All hours and at all times. If we were able to get $275 from everyone here who came complimentary, I did the number. You calculated. We are sold out at this gala, right? We are sold out. I will to tell you that the board of directors here each pay their ticket. Board of directors, board tables. Our commitment to a not-for-profit like ours is very important. Going after our sponsors is very important. If you can't give, you have someone that can give. And I wouldn't be doing my job. I started as the development chair of this organization if I didn't go after every single penny. And not only the penny that I can get, but the penny that can be contributed through signage like Coca-Cola has done, through the wonderful flower that we got from Goya, to the wonderful accolades that we get from Somos, to the wonderful gifts that you're going to receive from Montefiore. Those items are given to us, and they are donated to us, and we do it because we want you to walk away knowing that our sponsors are important. Now, when you see Somos, and when you see Goya, and when you go out there and you see Tito's Vodka, not the kids, not yet, Anheuser-Busch and Presidente, you look at our logos of over 27, Geico this year we got. We also have some other new, where's Wanda? Bolsa Bank is committed to us. We are committed to our sponsors. We're so committed that we're very careful with the competitive industry. And that's not a good thing to do. We want our sponsors to give us more. And trust me, they haven't given us enough. But we accept it, and we love them, and we work with them. So please, help us continue to grow the scholarship fund. Know that these musicians that are playing today, the people that are singing today, they are not being paid. We do not pay them. We ask of them. I do want to recognize, and I missed, oh, there he is, Moises. Moises is a man who is here representing a wonderful young man called Hensel. Hensel Manuel. Hansen. This is a young man that has gone viral. 2.3 million hits. I don't know much about those things, but I know it's important. I mean, if we had each one of those 2.3 give us $1, we would have $2.3 million. Because I know dollars. This young man at the age of 6 lost his arm. And it didn't stop him from following a dream, not only his dream, his father's dream, who was a wonderful, known also basketball player. But it wasn't until a man like Moises saw him and said, he's got talent. He didn't look at the kid with the one arm. He saw the young man who had the strength to go forward, and despite the one arm, today this young man is en route to make us proud as Dominicans. He will then go on to be an NBA player for the first time, and he's not lying when he says that. This young man couldn't be here because he's being vetted in Vegas. He's going to go see Ellen DeGeneres, and she will give him a lot of money. We couldn't be more proud, and we needed his warmth, we needed his strength, because as much as we want to recognize Hansel for what he is, it is people like Moises that make these things happen. And if you are out there looking at individuals, you've got to make things happen for them. We hope that the scholarship recipients know through interviews, through the strength that we have as board members, that we are committed to you. I mean, I did interviews late hours in the evening because we couldn't do it at another time, that we truly, truly are here for you. But we will not move an arm unless you also move an arm as well. You've got to be there. And the ones from 2018, 19, can I please have Angie Hernandez stand up? Angie Hernandez, and I'm spending a little time, guys, because it's not 8 o'clock yet. I'm on a timeline. But Angie Hernandez is a scholarship recipient 2017-2018. And you know, Angie's story is not different than probably some of you that I've had a conversation with. Angie did an interview, and you know, she told me about what she wanted. She wanted communication, but she was so passionate. And I says, "You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it." We maintain a friendship, communication, and everything else. And she's gonna do some voiceovers, and she's gonna work with us doing a few things for our virtual parade. But Angie is a talented, talented communicator who is now working with Telemundo. And you'll see a little bit of her video, but that's the strength of of what we do, you looked at a video from 2015, 2016, Fatima, this young lady who, we only gave her $600, guys. But she came on to volunteer for us. She came on and she did an internship with us. She said that the reason why she's where she's at, which is now an assistant for the deputy First Dominican Chancellor of the City College of New York, is because of the contact that she had through these different events. Now we have virtual events, they're no different. They are no different. These workshops help you. It introduces you to other people. I don't want to be begging you to do these things. We're doing this as volunteers. Yes, absolutely.
Hola a todos, buenas noches y gracias porque gracias a esta familia de gente linda, de gente nuestra, de nuestra comunidad dominicana, yo les puedo decir que yo tuve el apoyo moral más grande de mi vida viviendo en este país. Yo vine sin saber inglés, nada, sin tener conexiones, mentoría, y esta comunidad fue la que me ayudó a mí a forjar mi futuro como periodista y ahora poder estar aquí presente y decirles esto. Miren, esto es lo más bello que hay, tener una gente que te apoye y que te diga, ven aquí, que tú vas a conocer gente que te van a ayudar, aunque sea para un internship, aunque sea conectar con gente que son de tu propia industria. Y creo que eso vale muchísimo. Así que a todos los estudiantes del día de hoy, sepan que ustedes están entrando en una familia que los va a querer siempre.
Thank you, Andrew. Let me have some of the board members have an opportunity. We still have time. We really, really want Christina. She's a very busy woman, 4 kids, by the way. I remember those days. You know, 4 kids, and she's all over, and she's really honored us to be the chair of this parade. It is no small feat to work here and to do what we have to do. It's endless. I want to be able for you to hear from. See, the way the parade works is, you know, you sort of leave your post as the chair. I was the chair 2 years ago. It feels like it was yesterday. But I was the chair, and then Wilton became the chair. And then we're like the advisors to the chair. And that's what Wilton is. So I want Wilton to please come here and say a few words, Wilton. He's outside. All right, so then we also have other board members. So we have a new board member who actually has been volunteering for this parade for 5 years. 5 years. So you would say, well, volunteering, so she knows everything about this parade. She's been, you know, in the front, she's been in the back, now she's a board member. So she's able to see everything. That's Gregoria Feliciano, if some of you had her as a mentor. Gregoria, how are you? Come and say a few words. She's not there either. Dear friend as well.
Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here this evening. This is one of my favorite events because I love giving out scholarship monies to deserving students. And I want to wish them well in their educational career. Hacia adelante. Stay focused in your career, and your dreams will come true. I'm finally a board member. And I think every person who wants to be on the board should volunteer the 7 years that I did, but I do it from my heart. And I will continue to do so to bring up the very best and support the Dominican community, the Latino community, because we are a family. I'm so happy to be here. It's a wonderful event. Everyone looks gorgeous. So God bless everyone. I'm so thankful that after a horrible, horrible year, that we can come together and enjoy this occasion. God bless everyone.
I think you know if another board member wants to say a few words, they can, but if not, I think we'll leave it up to ourselves. We can still see how we can go down the ramp and begin the registration process. If you did not get a ticket, you're not invited to the rest of the evening. I know some of the students couldn't stay. They're going to leave. Those that don't have a ticket will not be invited to proceed. If, again, you have registered, we are sold out. We know the seating, we know who's going to be at those tables. By all means, help us by going down the ramp and enjoy the rest of the evening. And thank you so very much. And I think Bernie, who leads our volunteer FDNY, you want to say a few words? Yeah. Any honorees? Do we have honorees that don't have a sash? Any honorees that don't have a sash? And I don't want to forget as well, listen guys, we're constantly looking for honorees across the world. You know, you don't have to live in New York. We're in the National Parade. And so you know of individuals across the world, on the website you can refer them to us. And we will certainly do our vetting. It is a process. Like Gregoria said, it may seem simple to get on this board, but it isn't. You know, we want to make sure board members represent what we want our students to eventually aspire to be. All right, I am finished. I'm sorry that, you know, Christina, she will join us the rest of the evening. And she's here, Christina. Dun, 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 dun. Where is she?